because we had a wedding and it paid for itself, and our situation may not have been the most ideal, but we're going to share a little bit about how our wedding
Wait a second. Wasn't ideal?
Is it?
It's better. It's better like this. I think so.
Hi guys, it's Sarah
And Aaron.
and welcome back to our channel. So today we're going to be talking about how to have a wedding with lots of people.
People you might not even know.
No. How to do a wedding on a budget?
How to do a wedding on a budget and pay for itself, guys.
Basically how to have your wedding pay for itself.
You have to do a lot of work though, guys. You're afraid of a lot of work, okay? Okay? It's fun though. It's fun work.
So anyways, I guess this is a good thing for us to share, because I know that there are people that are forever getting married, right? But there's also a lot of debt always associated with weddings. Are you yawning?
No, I'm not yawning. I'm thinking about debt.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about debt that people have had from weddings that I hear about. It's crazy.
Yeah. We just wanted to share our story because we had a wedding and it paid for itself. And our situation may not have been the most ideal, but we're going to share basically a little bit about how our wedding...
Wait a second. Wasn't ideal?
I'm just saying
It was ideal with you there.
It was ideal, but I'm saying it's not necessarily ideal to a lot of people. These days, a lot of people want to spend...
Okay.
They feel like if you're not spending a ton of money...
Okay. All right.
And if you don't have the grandest things...
Grandest wedding.
That your wedding is not popping.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's right.
So
step one.
We'll share what our plans were. So if you guys aren't familiar with us and you're new to our channel... You know, Aaron and I, we have been married for over 15 years. We got married at 19 and 20.
Oh, yeah.
We got married at 19 and 20. And so, obviously, at that age, you do not have big bucks to pay for a wedding.
I didn't have any money.
You didn't have any
money to pay for a wedding.
We did.
How did I?
We worked. You both worked. You worked at Zare's, and I worked at Sobeys.
Guys... $7 an hour.
No, we didn't even make $7 an hour, Aaron. Yeah, I think I was making like $5.50.
No, you're making more than that.
Well, we started at $5.50 when we back in the day. Wow. So as you can see, we weren't making a ton of money. So when we were planning our wedding, our budget was pretty darn small. The good thing though is that, and I should start off by saying, originally when we started planning our wedding, we were planning for it to be a small wedding with like 40 people. But in the end, it ended up having
like over 100 people.
120 people.
Is that the guest list? 120?
It was like 120 people. It's in our book.
Lot.
It's
so many people. You
know, this is when your parents and your family invite other people, and it was, you know what? My family.
Your family, guess what? My family, honestly, was like
so small.
My mom and my stepdad.
I know.
Was that it? Well, I had some friends.
You had some friends there. So pretty much, yeah, my family invited, you know, their friends and their family, and it turned out to be amazing. So we didn't necessarily change our budget for the wedding. We already had the venue, and the venue was our church we attended.
That's right.
And it was more than sufficient to hold all those people.
And they didn't charge us.
And they didn't charge. So that is a tip that you can have I think these days, if you do have a wedding at a local church or even at your church, you might have to pay or a little thing or give a donation. But that is an inexpensive way to have your wedding. You'll be surprised that you're able to decorate the hall, the church hall really nicely. So that is what we did. We did it at our church. We didn't end up having to pay anything. And the church members, along with our families, came together and decorated the hall. And it looked so beautiful. And then our church also had a reception hall. It's kind of like a basement. So it was really nice. They did have that area, which we used for our reception.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
And then
they had a kitchen.
And it came with a kitchen. So I don't know if that's ideal for everyone. They may not like...
Most churches have kitchens.
Do they? Perhaps they do.
I think so.
I don't know. I
think
haven't been
so.
to that many churches, but that is like an option if your church has like another area, you know, like a basement or mini like slash reception hall. You could have your wedding down there. That's what we did. And once again, it didn't cost us anything to do that. The table, the church. Did we have to rent tables?
Yes.
So yeah. So
Oh no, I don't think we rented tables.
no, right?
Tablecloths.
Our church actually had tables because they often have that kind of gathering too, like for
Yeah.
dinners and whatnot. But we did rent the tablecloths
and
from
covered and like chair covers.
and chair covers from a party rental place. That part will cost you a little bit, but it's not anything crazy.
Isn't crazy.
We also had, I believe, the money fountain thing for like when people come, you know, drop off
Oh,
the
yes.
guests. What? It was like a cash
I can't remember what this
basket thing. I don't know what it was called, but we rented that from there as well. With everything that we did, a lot of it didn't cost us a lot. The only things that costed a lot were flowers. Flowers are actually really expensive. You can't really avoid that so too much.
Unless you have a daughter that makes them.
Unless you true.
Which we just found out she can do.
Out of paper.
Out of paper, guys.
Don't
Real flowers
listen to
smell
him.
really nice.
Real flowers smells really nice.
I still have some.
Of your corsage.
I have my corsage. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, that alone, I think those are some great tips there. But the main things for us that costed a lot for our wedding was your tux, my dress,
and your dress,
my dress, as well as our flowers. I think those were the biggest things.
Yeah.
Everything else you can, you know.
I had extended family do the cooking.
Yeah, we had extended family do the cooking, and I know like and they offered. I'm not telling you to go put that on anyone.
yeah.
Don't go putting that on someone who does not want to do it. And maybe
find some people in your family that love to cook.
And not to mention, like, even if they, you know, you could do it and you could pay them a little something, but it doesn't have to be the cost of a giant venue. So it all depends on the size of the wedding that that we're talking about here. Like I said, originally ours was supposed to be smaller, but by the time, I don't know, but it ended up being much bigger.
Yeah.
And
we had, you know, Sarah's parents, bless their hearts, they invited the neighbors.
Yep, they invited. They invited their friends and families.
Yeah, and we were
friends with them too. Yeah. So overall, like my aunt baked a cake, and then my mom and other family members were in the kitchen, and everyone came together as a family to help make our day come to life. So much love and appreciation to all of them. If they ever see this video, we love and appreciate you, and forever. That's right. Forever, like. We're forever grateful for the fact that everyone was able to come together and help us get through go through our day. And we didn't have to acquire a lot of debt because at the end of it,
we had a friend do photography.
Yeah, and there was a family friend that took our pictures. We also went, so like over and they drove us to the locations, and we didn't necessarily rent a limo, but that was not a big deal. So it all happened. This is, I guess, for those that aren't too fussy. If you're not like over the top fussy. Yes, it's your special day, and yes, you want to look good. I still felt like I looked good. I went to MAC. I went to MAC on the day of my wedding to get my makeup done, so it was professionally done. And it was free because it was a trial on my face. So.
And I got mine done at MAC right before. Aaron. She didn't know.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, you're crazy.
No, I didn't, guys. I didn't have any makeup on.
Can you imagine if you did?
What would you do?
Aaron, I would give you a wipe. Wipe that off.
Would you really like in the middle of the service? Would you wouldn't have said anything. You would have whispered, "Do you have makeup on?"
Right.
And I'd have been like, "Yes."
Anyways, in terms of party favors, we made our own. Is it party favors or wedding favors?
Wedding favors, yeah. We made our own, and we made our own centerpieces.
What was our centerpieces?
It was like I think it was like a nice vase with flowers and a fish.
Yes. Yeah, so we made our own centerpieces. That was cool. And we made our wedding favors were like little Hershey Kisses and things that we put together,
Oh,
and
yeah.
peppermint hearts and
Yes,
things
yeah.
that we put together in little gift bags. We
I did
also
that, yeah.
made, yeah, and we stayed up that night, the night
Stayed
before
up
the
the night
wedding,
before the wedding.
and
I was
did
exhausted.
those. We were so tired. Not to mention our wedding invitations. That was really cute. I thought the idea was genius.
Yeah, that was really good.
We made like a scroll, so it was written in the form of a scroll, and then we printed it out.
Yeah.
With the shape of a scroll.
Yeah.
And we rolled them together and tied like a bow on them for them to be handed out.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute.
That was cute. Man.
And they were like hand delivered.
They were hand delivered.
It's not like they were mailed, right?
Courier.
So, you're invited to the wedding.
Courier.
And I mean, we're sharing it now. And just like reflecting on the moments back then. But the reality is, like, I still wouldn't change a thing. I would have still done it the exact same way.
Yeah, I would too.
In the end, based on like the gifts and stuff that we were given, we basically made back the same amount that we
did. Yeah,
if
we
not
spent
more than we spent.
We didn't actually request cash exclusively.
No,
like
we didn't.
Like some do now.
And I mean, I don't bash anyone for their choices, but we didn't do any of that. Like, we were just keen on getting married per se. We weren't concerned about any of that extra stuff.
Yeah, we weren't concerned about gifts at all.
But we ended up getting a lot of stuff. And,
we did, yeah.
And yeah, we were very, very blessed. So that's our take on the simplistic type wedding. But in the end, you could still look amazing and still feel good and enjoy your day. Honestly, weddings aren't about all the, I don't know, it's not all about like the big, grand. What?
It's about the person that you love and plan to be with the rest of your life.
Yeah, but I mean, people have the idea that they want it to feel special, but I think it's just important to know that it doesn't have, special doesn't mean that it has to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, because some people, like, it's more than a down payment for
a home. Especially if you live
on a day. Like one day.
If you live in a country like Canada where we live, or I shouldn't say just Canada, Ontario, really, because there are different provinces and different rules and things that apply to like the whole buying a house. But when you have those kind of things that are so costly,
yeah,
it just it seems wasteful to throw all the money into just a wedding.
One day.
And then you still have other things that you have to come by, such as, buying a house one day and raising kids and having a family. I could only imagine how much further we would be had we had like $25,000 worth of debt from a wedding.
Oh.
Or the pressures that it puts on other people, like your family members.
A lot of pressure, yeah.
Some of those people who rely on family members.
I would have lived with you guys for a lot longer.
You would have too.
For sure, 100%.
That's true.
You guys would have seen a lot more of me.
That's true.
If I spent $25,000 on a wedding.
Oh my goodness, it would have taken a lot longer. Yeah, you'd have had to pay that off for quite some time. Not to mention school debt and all this other stuff. So yeah, that's kind of like a trip down memory lane for us in us sharing with you how you can have a wedding, an inexpensive wedding, or have your wedding
get
pay
paid
for
to do it.
Yeah, have your wedding pay for itself.
Yeah. Yeah. So keep expenses low, and invite
lots of people.
Lots of people that like good home cooked food.
Good home cooked food. I know. Do you think about the venues? Venues are like the most expensive parts
of
weddings.
Guys, when we've been at weddings, like the food, like
the
catered food is not as good.
No, it's never.
It's never as good as home cooked food.
And they're so expensive.
I know, like
you're talking about $40 a plate. And what are you waiting for?
Dried chicken.
Dried chicken, cold like half the time the food is never really good.
No, half the time you're like, there's something to be disappointed about.
And because and it's also different because the weddings that we've gone to, most of the people aren't like big drinkers. So I know certain weddings people focus on
the bar,
like the big bar and the drinking. So if that's like their thing, then I guess that's probably the highlight for some people.
That's true.
But the weddings that we've gone to, I would think the food is probably more the thing you focus on when you go to the actual venue.
Yeah.
and the food is never like amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
So that's the one thing. Like, you just sometimes you pay for these big venues and pay for these things, and you honestly don't know what you're gonna get, because when you get the samples and they you try it, that's just like a little that's just a little plate.
If I was selling you food, as a venue, I would make sure it's delicious.
But then on the day of, when it's like a big,
I'd be like,
when they're cooking for, I think that when they start cooking for larger quantities of people,
it starts changing.
It starts to change, because you have to ensure that it's still as flavorful once you start cooking more and more. But
and then they have to keep the food warm.
Yeah.
Right, so things can dry out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's totally different. That's a lot of work too.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, that's our little tip. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys want to know more about various things that, I don't know, pertaining to us that maybe we wouldn't think of to come up with a video on, you want to know, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you're new to our channel. Like I said, we like to make videos here. I know this is like a vlog channel, but we like to do videos, sit down videos together, and just share different aspects of our life and share our experiences with you guys. So hope you're enjoying our channel, and thank you for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Much love.
Bye.
Bye.